sell your business or looking to find capital, you're going to have the option to do it yourself, which we would strongly advise against, or to hire an advisor. You may know some, you may be recommended some by friends, you may go out and try to find one yourself. In whatever process that may be, there are 7 things you want to consider when evaluating an M&A or capital advisor. The first is focus. Our focus at Hillview Partners is privately held, family entrepreneur, small investment group owned businesses making $300,000 to $3 million in EBITDA across all industries. When you go to evaluate your advisor, ask them the same question: what's your focus? If you don't get a 2-sentence crystal clear answer, it may not be the best fit. You need someone that knows the size of your business, the ownership, the complexion, the history, and swims in those waters all day, has a focus specifically in the area that you occupy. Second is access. Can that person put you in touch with the best sources of capital, with the best acquirers? Not just a handful of people they know, but do they have a trove of thousands of these people, and do they have a way of winnowing that database down to those that would be specifically interested in you and can act fast and that they have real access and relationships to? Not sending things to thousands of people that they've never spoken to before, but can they pick up the phone, reach those people, and get you in front of them? The third is speed. How long does it take to get into the market? How long does it take to be in the market before you get the offers? And then once you have those offers, how long does it take to get a deal closed? Many people in the advisory or investment banking space will say that whole process takes 18 to 24 months. At our company, we want to be in the market 2 to 3 weeks, 100 days to offers, 6 months from engagement to closing or funding. Everyone will have a different reason as to why they can accomplish what they can, but that's what we can do, that's what we focus on, and we think speed is an incredibly important component because given the world we live in, as we've seen from the last 2 years, things can be very different from a 6-month to 6-month basis. Next is distraction. How much of your time and effort, aside from having to run a business, do you want to be providing towards selling your business or seeking capital? From our perspective, that should be minimal up front. And from a process standpoint, we require a handful of hours, mostly in gathering materials and sending them over to us from our clients before we're in the market and again towards offers. There's no sense in our clients doing all the heavy lifting so that they're distracted from the business, right? The worst thing that can happen during a deal is for numbers to deteriorate as you're having these conversations. And what's one of the biggest things that can cause that deterioration? Distraction. And so the process should not distract, the process should enhance. The process should take something out of the owner's hands, and that's our goal in all of our engagements. The next variable is discretion. If you reach a good outcome, you want it to be announced as it's closed that the outcome was reached. If you do not reach the optimal outcome, say there's an offer that is not ideal, say there's capital that's not ideal, you don't want anybody to know that there was a process that took place at all. And so the idea of sending blanketed emails to the world is not ideal. Your clients, competitors, employees start to hear these things and it causes a lot of pain. Again, circling back to distractions, circling back to counterintuitive to the sales or capital process. You need a process that, yes, is fast, yes, is focused, yes, that provides the access, but it's also quiet and discreet. Next variable to contemplate is responsiveness. Did you ever try to sell a house and you can't get the real estate broker to answer your phone calls? He won't answer your text messages? Think of how frustrating that is. And now multiply that by 1,000 times because it's your business. It's the thing you've been working on, focused on for years, if not decades, and you need a response. And so at our company, it's a matter of minutes, an hour or two at most, before people hear back from me. Call, email, text. We want to be hyper responsive. We know how important this is to you. It's just as important to us, and no one should be lingering for a day, if not more than that, before they get an answer, before they get clarity into where the process is and where it's headed. And lastly is results. All of these good things can be for naught if the result is not good. Is there an offer to buy the business? What does it look like? Is there capital available? What does it look like? And so all of the other 6 variables typically will enhance or be detrimental to the probability of the result, but the result is still key. To recap the variables, focus. Where does the firm focus and what do they specialize in? Access. Who can they put you in contact with? Who can they bring to the table? Whose attention do they have? And how much access can they provide the opportunity? 3, speed. How long until we're in the market? How long until we have offers? How long until we're closed? This can vary from deal to deal. However, it should not vary materially, and particularly on the front end, it should be very clear. Distractions. How much of your time is this going to take? Discretion. How is this going to be quiet? How is this going to get accomplished without everybody in the world knowing? Responsiveness. If I have an issue, if I have a problem, if I reach out to you, how long should I wait to hear back and who am I going to hear back from? And lastly, if all 6 of these are done well, it's very likely that the results will be strong. But emphasize that in evaluating. What results have you created? What results should we expect? And while no one has a crystal ball, the pillars of the process should be clear, and field goal posts of what the results should look like should at least be clearly communicated to you. So that's a thought for today. If you're evaluating an M&A or capital advisor, hone in on these 7 variables, ask the questions, and make sure you get clear answers. Hope the week's going well for everyone. Keep pushing forward. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.